Good afternoon, everybody. Of course, I'm Russell Mays, and I'm here in my studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had to go live today because I'm done. I am completely fed up with the left. When they trashed the judge, Jeannie, on Fox News, who is now presumably under suspension, this is a travesty. And why I mean it's a travesty is because people are allowing the left to control our freedom of speech. I watched her monologue talking about Omar and where she came from and what her views are on the Jewish population. I cannot believe Fox News caved to the pressures from the left. They have been caving for the last couple of years because of weak management. They are slowly being whittled away and becoming a socialist program or network. They better get their act together or they're going to be CNN. Simple as that. But what is the real problem with this is, and what I mean it's a real problem, it's not a problem with Fox News. It's not a problem with Judge Jeanine. It's a problem with the constitutionalists, the people on the right, the conservatives, the Republicans, true Republicans, let me add. And the reason why I say that is because Fox News got pounded by the left and the anti-American, the Socialist Party, to have her pulled for bad statements. However, the right is not standing up for themselves. They will not stand up for anything that's done. They go, oh, it'll be done. No, you've got to stand up. I see more people on social media backing the conservative views, freedom of speech, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But yet they refuse to say anything else except for on social media. Of course, all the media personnel monitors what's going on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all the rest of them. But they don't take their directives from that. They will take their directives from people calling their stations or calling their senators or writing to them directly. And that's the reason why she's being pulled, is because people will not stand up for their own given rights to have good press. People telling the truth of what's going on. If you're not willing to stand up for your own life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, God forbid this country will go socialist. And I tell you, there is no such thing as socialism. Socialism is a nice word for a dictatorship. Simple as that. Let me ask you something about these proverbial AOC and Omar or Ilmar Omar, however you pronounce her name, and the other one that has another weird name. These are three freshman Congress people. Look at that. I even monitor myself. Freshman congressmen or woman, if you want. And they have manipulated our government influence to no end. just because people are afraid to say something. Oh, I am offended. Well, I was offended in 9/11, okay? But people forget about that. Oh, that was just a hoax. That happened. People that are becoming relevant in our society were too young to remember 9/11. Why? I have no idea that the American people are allowing the anti-American left to take over our country. Everyone says most people. No, most people do not say that. 63 million Americans voiced their opinion to elect Donald Trump because he has our back. He's the only one that has our back. No other politician does. They all flip-flop and everything else. Then you got these three people walking in who could care less about the left or the right. They just want their piece of the pie. And that's what they're getting. They're getting their piece of the pie at the expense of everybody else. This is typical of the youth running the family, where you have a 30-year-old living with mommy and daddy because they're afraid to go out and get a job. Now you're seeing it in our government. You have 30-year-olds telling the old farts in the place there that have been around for 30 years, that should have been kicked out a long time ago, how to run the house. And they haven't got the experience or the knowledge to make solid decisions. Why would our government allow this? I am so fed up. The judge, she did an awesome open statement. I posted it. I've also tried to get through to the White House on this. I tried to get through to Fox News on this, and everything I've tried has been blocked. Even my Twitter account, I had to post that video a couple of times to get it through. They're trying to block her video. Why are we allowing this to happen in our country? Everyone says, oh, why are you so patriotic? Because doggone it, it's our country. This is our country. This is our borders. This is what we live for. We make our own rules. We don't abide by Europe rules. We don't abide by Mexican rules or Canada rules. We abide by American rule and law, the Constitution. And the Constitution states that if we want to close our borders completely and allow nobody in, we have the right to do that and screw the rest of the world. Period. Why people are allowing this to happen is beyond me. This is our country, and we are allowing the Democratic left and a lot of Republicans. You saw all the Republicans who are against the United States on that vote. This is part of the swamp. The ones that voted for the emergency thing for Trump did it to maintain their viability to get elected. It's becoming apparent that social media has given the people a way to vent. And once they vent, they won't do anything else. Oh, okay, I said my piece. Oh, there's a nasty little post that Russ posted about the left. Ooh, Russ, you're mean. Okay, I'm mean. So what are you gonna do about it? You posted something that called me mean. All right, that's fine. I can handle it. I did not unfriend you either. But you want to know something? That's all the further you'll go with it. You will never confront your congressmen about it. You will never confront the media about it. You will never put your 2 cents on the table to stand up for what you believe, because you would rather stay in the dark and manipulate people from behind. And that's what's happened to Fox News, is because these people are pounding on them from the dark corners, and Fox kowtowed to them. Their weak management has kowtowed and allowed Judge to be booted. They're after Tucker Carlson also with this stuff. They've been getting rid of all these reporters and opinion people. Now, that's the other thing. They are opinion editorials. They are not presenting the news. These are their opinions. This is their beliefs. When you get them on the rest of them networks, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC, the rest of them, they say the same crap about the right, about the Jews, about hating America. But everybody says that's okay because that's all they hear. How many times has anybody that I'm speaking to ever called CNN and tell them they're idiots, or MSNBC, or even sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi or Chuck? I'll guarantee you, and I'm a betting man, okay? I'm a betting man. Okay, I'll make a bet on that. I'll bet 95% of you people that are listening to me right now have never sent anything to any of their politicians or the news organizations about this. But you'll post like hell about when somebody has another issue to say about it. I am just totally devastated. All I can say is, if you want to complain about what's going on, then complain. Don't complain to me. Complain to the people that make a difference. All I do is get my post out there, and I'm willing to put my face out there on the radio and on my blogs and on the press and the Twitters and everybody else. And yes, I've had my death threats too. But you want to know something? So did our founding fathers. There was a statement that's made that I read that was really powerful about the freedom of our country and the liberty and the right to live, to have a life for yourself. They wrote the Constitution after they sacrificed everything they had to make a better country. So why are we allowing the socialist left to take over our country? Let's take one step further. Judge, she was talking to Omar, and there's a few Muslims that are in Congress that are on our foreign negotiating committees. They swore to uphold the Constitution on their Quran. Nothing wrong with that. But do they believe in Sharia law first, or do they believe in American law first? They are our elected officials. They were elected, and then their oath is to back the Constitution, to protect the American people. So my question is, are they protecting the American people and the allies that swore to help protect us too? Or are they protecting the enemies of our country? But since we're all nice and we got to play nice and you can't say that because you get offended, well, kiss my ass. I am so tired of hearing people get offended. I mean, good Lord. If so much stuff offends you, you should be living in the basement of your parents and playing your video games. I'm serious. I've never seen so many people offended over something. When we were growing up, how many times were we offended on the playground? Good Lord. I mean, what did Blasio say? No meat Monday? Are you kidding me? No straws in California? This is the kind of representatives that you have elected that are in place now that are allowing you to run your life. Do you really want that kind of life? Do you really want somebody to walk into your door and tell you sit down and you're going to watch this program and you're going to eat this kind of food and you're going to have this kind of entertainment and that's it? You cannot have anything else. And if you say anything, we'll take you away in a black bag over your head in some van somewhere. I was a little shy of just saying, look, it will kill you. And the reason why is because I was trying to censor myself. But think about it. The end results, that's what will happen. Might not happen in my lifetime, but it probably will happen in your children's lifetime. That's how close it is. When AOC says 12 years, it's the end of the world, I think she's right. 12 years. Do you know what happens in the end of 12 years? Mike Pence will no longer be president, and the Democrats will be in control. Think about it. Trump's got 6 more years. Pence will have about 8, so right about 12 years. Math is a little bit off. But you get my point. They want the presidency back. They are hating what he's done, and everything that he's done has protected this country. And anybody that says difference, I want to see the proof. I have been asking and asking and asking to see the proof that this man is a racist. He's homophobic, he's xenophobic, he's evil. I want to see the proof. All they talk about, I mean, my head's going to explode. It comes down to this. Either we, as the American people, who want to keep this country, stand up for our country, or we allow the socialists to take over our country. And if you do that, you'll never have America again. Once they get rid of the Constitution and institute socialism, that's it. It's going to take a huge revolution to get it back. And then I don't think there's a brain among our generation that could redo the Constitution the way our founding fathers did. They had heart. They had God on their side. They were passionate about building a beautiful country, and they did a damn good job. The problem is now, and I'm blaming the parents on this, my generation, we all gave our kids everything except for a sense of discipline, patriotism, faith in our God. But no, that's what our kids are doing now. They listen to some rhetoric that goes on and they spew it right out. I mean, if you looked at AOC during that interrogation, if you will, of the Wells Fargo president, she had to read a screen. Somebody was typing her words or the questions to ask on a computer screen. I couldn't believe it. It was just unbelievable. What are we going to do? I appeal to everybody in my range of my voice, from California to New York, the ones that are watching here on Facebook also, and on Twitter. Get out there, say something, anything. If they bring, I'm gonna tell you, if they bring Judge Jeannie back on, and they should, it's gonna be because of us. If nobody speaks up, she's not gonna be back on, and the left wins. Simple as that. The left will win, because they are going to use this as a pivot point. Either Fox News will turn into a CNN, or they will continue on a good network standard. Just a little bit of light of hope. There is another news network out there called OAN, One American News. And I think they are going to take over where Fox is falling, because they are very strong on their news reporting. Very few commentators, all news, worldwide, what's really happening, and they take it from the American point of view. Last note, I have to put my 2 cents in on this Brexit, this vote that they're going to have again, whether they're going to leave the European Union or not. And the reason why I want to bring it up, because it has exact influence on what's going on now in the United States. The UK, United Kingdom, the people voted to get out of the European Union. They voted. They said, we want out. Their politicians are trying not to get out. And now they're saying if they pull out without some kind of a deal, it's going to be chaos. The reason why it's chaos is England is supporting the entire European Union. France, Germany, Italy, the rest of them. They're all being supported by England. England is being sucked dry by the Union, and their politicians are making money out of the big sucking sound that they're in. This is exactly what's happening in the United States. The same thing. The people voted for America when we voted for Trump. Now the politicians do not want to follow what the people elected and voted for. So there is no difference. The politicians want the control of the people. But one thing is for certain, they never and always will underestimate the power of the people. We are very passive unless somebody gets our pantyhose in a rumple. But we will fight for this country if it comes to that. And they know the American people will fight for the country. But they also know that if you don't get violent and you talk to them really nice and sweet and say, oh, you hurt my feelings, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo, then they're going to get everything they wanted. So you're going to have to take that child, the Democratic Socialist Party, put him over your knee and spank the crap out of him. Anyway, driving me nuts, folks. Join me again. I'll be back live again here shortly, and be changing my broadcast time on KUNB. So that's going to be pretty exciting also in the future. A better time slot is what they're giving me, even all the crap that I get over there from the liberal left. My name is Russell Mays. Join me later. You take care now, folks. Bye-bye.